first we're going to start with the matchup. So I actually want to ask, what should the plan be for the first 3 waves for this matchup? Because the first 3 waves is everything in top lane.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I would usually do is just like go for short trades, try to push the wave, and recall after the 3rd wave. Just do a 3rd wave crash and get my item advantage, because it's hard to play against Kled early.
I also agree. I think you're gonna want to go for a 3rd wave crash. I don't know if you want to go for short trades, because it's Kled and he's gonna bully you a lot in the short trades.
So the point is, you can play the short trades, but only if you dodge his Q, because right now he's running Conquer, you're running Phase Rush, so yes, you do want the short trades. You especially don't want to let him get the pull, you know, especially when he has his W, when he dismounts and then he levels up W, he can remount really quickly. But the level 1, he has a ranged ability, you don't. Like, you're either going to press Q or E. What do you think you should take, Q or E? Because if your goal is to push, then leveling up E makes more sense, but if your goal is to just look for a short trade and back off, then obviously it's Q. Let's see, what do you take here? Once again, the issue is he's going to beat you straight up in the 1v1. And also, we're a bit late to the lane. Never AFK like this under tower level 1. You know, an enemy could walk in, get wards, or you could get cheesed. Kled could just walk into this bush and basically zone you level 1. So you definitely do not want to be AFK. At least, you know, stand in this bush. Then maybe you can even hit him with auto Q auto and proc phase rush.
Yeah, just do something, bro. Don't just AFK. Like, even if you just go put vision on your side's blue, it's better than just AFK.
Yeah, because we arrived late to lane, he actually gets 2 auto attacks on the minions, so we're already losing the push. This means that most likely the wave will be pushing into us. We also took Q, not E, so once again, we don't really have wave control. His ability also hits minions, so it's going to be very hard to get the push. That's sort of the issue here. Now, can we play with the wave pushing into us? Yes, it's actually fine, as long as you don't let it fully crash. I don't know if any of you ever watched Alois. He's probably the best educational content for top lane. You know, the happy spot. So, you know, having the wave over here, like the point where the red minions meet and the blue minions, here's where the wave would crash at this line. So we want to keep it like right outside of our tower. Why do we want this? Because then Kled can't really long trade into us. He wants the long trades. He wants to be able to dash into you twice. You want the short trades. So yeah.
He needs a lot of space to fight you, so if you don't give him space, he's fucked, basically.
So then we can also just look at, okay, so you get hit here and then you press Q. Now, this is a little awkward because you actually have bone plating. He also has bone plating, so what you could do is also just probably, you could auto Q, or you could just like proc phase rush here, proc his bone plating as well, because you basically just gave your bone plating for free. You didn't really use it. At least trade the bone plating off. Before he gets level 2, he's not really that threatening with like without his W. Or E, I guess, because he could use E to chase. So now we're basically just letting the wave come into us. The idea is we want to at least, like, a lot of people like to, you're not exactly being AFK, but a lot of people like to just stand like in the bush or just be over here like really far away. We don't want to get zoned, obviously, off EXP. He's not really zoning us, which is good. But we want to at least bait his cooldowns by faking walking up for this minion. So maybe around here, you can walk up here, then walk to the sides, or even walk back. But basically, we want to make the lane active. So you see how you walk up, it looks like you're sort of going for this minion, and then he threw his Q. Now, I think this Kled player is bad, because you walked up way too little before he threw his Q. He reacted like too early. So now his Q is down, and now we can actually go for a trade. You know, that's a good thing, right? It would have been better if we got his bone plating before, but this was a good trade. Obviously, it's good to point out your mistakes, but it's also good to, you know, note down what you did well. So now your Q is down, his Q is up. So yeah, you should also know his ability cooldowns. His Q is longer than yours. Remember that? I personally don't know the exact timers. I actually thought 10 seconds for his Q, but you should learn the level 1 like ability cooldowns for each matchup. Okay, so now his Q is down, same thing. But the problem here is level 2 timer. He could actually stay and hit this minion and then level up his W. Okay, so here, does anyone know how much Garen needs to like get level 2 here?
I think 1 melee minion.
Okay, good, 1 melee minion. A lot of people forget that you don't need all the caster minions, so important to know exactly how much you need. So same deal, we get hit by the Q. Not really a problem here because it didn't take our bone plating. Getting hit by Q1 is like nothing. Okay, so we trade that a bit. That's fine, as long as the wave doesn't crash. So now we want to thin out the minions, for sure. So yeah, these autos are really good, keeping the wave out here, because if we let him have too many caster minions, he's going to force a crash by having too much. So yeah, so far this is perfect, like the lane situation that we're in. And also, at least we know that our jungler is pathing away. So this is even better because, you know, Graves is pathing top, and normally I would turn off vision, but Graves is pathing top, so, you know, you're not under any threat. Okay, and here, I think we could do something. We would hit level 3. Let me see. But there's 5 casters. I think if you killed 1 caster, it would be 2 melees. Do you get level 3? Yeah, no, you need 1 or 2 more casters. So what I was looking for was maybe trading with E, but also to like chunk the minions. So you would keep the wave here. But what you did was sort of okay because you were hit by the Q. Okay, so perfect. We have the wave here. This is exactly how you want to play the matchup. Keep the wave here, never really let him breathe. And then go for short trades. So yeah, I like this. He walks up for a minion and yeah, you see he's even like losing CS now. Okay, this is a problem. We can't be letting this happen. I understand RQ is down, but you know, short trades. Just walk up, press E. Especially get his bone plate, even just 1 auto attack.
You need to tax him for hitting your minions.
Exactly. You need to be looking at your own minions. We're not giving any minion for free. Okay, so he missed Q. Once again, we don't give him any minions for free. Perfect. Now, I think this is a mistake from you, but because you're not looking at bone plating. We shouldn't commit to hard trade when he has bone plating. 1 auto is enough. Just wait the bone plating out, and then we go for a better trade in like a second or 2. On next minion. We had good W usage there though. That was good. Okay, and now he's not really low enough for us to like. I don't think we kill with 1 combo if he has W up, but he did use his W. So if you know the cooldown, you know, also good to think about that. Also, yeah, try to avoid getting shot like this. Because then, yeah, we're giving him his mount back. And now we're kind of screwed on the bounce, because also Graves was around. He should already be basing for his camps, but, you know, he could be there. Now, I think this is probably the biggest mistake. It's almost lane losing, because we also don't have TP. We want to make sure he stays low on his mount, so that way if he overextends in a trade, we can immediately ignite, look for the kill. Now his W is up very soon, and this is the only reason why he actually wins this, right? If we actually did not trade at this moment, and I think if you just count the time for his W, you could let him waste W on a minion and then go for the kill. This is the only reason why this lane situation becomes terrible. Like now it's super losing. Now, how do we get out of this? Our jungler is nowhere nearby yet, so he needs to recall still, go to and get up here. So we're not gonna have any help. Graves could still be up here. Honestly, it's sort of playable, but I do think that you need to ward. Now, when you're going for the ward, like here, you need to pay attention. If Kled moves up, maybe Graves is already in the bush. Kled will, should try to block you from warding. And that's exactly why. Okay. You do survive. Now, I think you should be careful, as in you should flash earlier, because if you get hit by this E, obviously he can dash again. If he dashed again before, dismounting, I think he probably would have killed you. Yeah, and he also misses the pull by a tiny bit because he flashes late. You probably should have been dead here. The reason why people miss this kind of, mechanical misplay is mainly because they don't think about it. Maybe you weren't thinking about Graves here. Maybe you weren't thinking about how Kled is going to combo you if this happens. But the fact that you didn't walk up and ward tells me that you weren't thinking about Graves. You're only thinking about, the crashing the wave and recalling. Yeah, you can ask a question.
This is a general question versus Kled. Let's say I dismounted him once, his passive is on cooldown. Is it okay to maybe use Ignite to get rid of the mount so that he's not as big of a threat anymore?
Are you saying to basically get him to this HP?
Yeah, just in general, pop the Ignite, get him off the mount, he doesn't have passive, and now I'm safer in lane, in general. Any champion versus
it always depends if you actually have kill threat once he's dismounted. If he's dismounted, I think Camille at level 4, at least in the situation that he was in before, Camille in this situation never kills because she doesn't have the damage.
Right.
Obviously, it depends on the exact situation.
Right.
But if you have the damage to kill, from this point on, it's good. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the damage, so oh my god, that was loud.
I want to say something for your question. The reason it's okay for Garen after 6 is because of your silence, so he cannot get his mount back quick enough to kill you, right? So by the time the silence is gone, you should be able to just ultimate kill him. So with any other champion, it's not guaranteed. He can just get his mount back, right?
A level 6 Riven will always want this, right? Because level 6 will one-shot from here. So once again, it always depends on the champion you're playing, because it really depends on whether you have kill threat on him or not. For example, for your question, if you were talking about should I ignite him here like ignite here to get him off his mount, in this case it's bad because Garen doesn't have the damage.
Yeah.
If you were level 6, then maybe yes, you could consider it. So yeah, the point I was talking about before, why people make these mistakes, you need to play the situation out in your head. It's because you're not thinking about it before. I think this was Platinum, if I remember correctly. Like in this elo is where mechanics start to get like sort of okay, but people are still pretty slow when it comes to responding to certain things or even pinging things on the map, recognizing that the jungler's in your lane. I've seen people like not react at all. They don't have a clear idea of what can happen in the next few 30 seconds, like, or on the next wave. So here we understand our goal, we want to crash it, but can we do it? No, we can't do it if we don't have vision. Luckily, Graves is not a good ganking champion. If it was like a high-speed champion like Nunu, then you're fucked. Then you you recall. Graves' ganks kind of suck. If you get a ward here, you can maybe play the lane state out. But you know, Graves could also like hide here, jump the wall. Rek'Sai would be able to do this. So really, we're kind of trying to fix our bad situation that we put ourselves in. But if Graves is gone, if we see him recall, then suddenly the situation's actually a good situation because we can kill him with Ignite and we can make him lose a lot. So yeah, and because we didn't think about how the fight would play out, we have to know that we need to dodge Kled E1. If we don't dodge Kled E1, he can dash to us again. So our flash is really late. Okay, so moving on, we still hold the wave in a good position. Funnily enough, if they actually tried to push the wave, I actually think if they left it alone here, it would actually push into us, into the Kled, because it's relative to the middle of the lane. It's slightly on the blue team side. Now, in terms of minions, I think it's 4 versus 3 casters, but 1 melee is gonna die. I think it's definitely going to push the Kled. They actually make a mistake here. I don't know if any of you would have seen that mistake, but I do like that you stayed here and that you hold the wave. Very good. Because now you're making Graves choose. Will Graves dive you? And you also, you have a ward here, which is excellent. If Graves chooses to dive, he's losing time on his camps. And maybe you even survive because Nocturne should be here pretty soon, right? I mean, he should be, but he's still gonna recall. But Graves doesn't really have perfect information. I mean, I guess he did see Nocturne mid lane, so Graves could actually choose to do this. So yeah. Now, I guess we're going to stay in lane and look for the kill, though I think at this Fury, if he has W up, he will stack it way too fast. Even without W, it stacks pretty fast, because he's already like halfway there. This might not be a good situation. I can actually kind of see you dying here unless you get 6. Yeah, it's really bad. This is something I'm not 100% sure of because I don't play Kled, but you could even consider like fake recalling to get him to push, or even full committing to recall if he doesn't push. Because if you recall here, you come back to lane with full HP, and he's forced to use teleport. Because Kled's wave clear off mount is not that good. The problem's going to be that when you get 6, which is now, we always look at the wave at 5 minutes. When you get 6, yes, he could stay and maybe you could get a kill, but if he's smart, he can recall by Ruby Longsword and then you're cooked. I think it's exactly what he does, but he does it a bit too slow. Yeah, Okay, can anyone tell me what the mistake here is from Kled?
You should have tried to stop my recall, I think, or freeze it.
He doesn't need to stop your recall. By freezing, it's already enough, right? Freezing already makes you lose 1 wave. If he tries to stop your recall, you do have level advantage, but basically he's going to take a lot of damage because of the minion wave.
I agree. But whoever said he should stop your recall is also it's not wrong. He could stop your recall, which would be good, because if he keeps you in lane, he has way more kill pressure on you because you still haven't bought items, so that is actually a good answer. But yeah, obviously he would take some minion damage, and it would, if you do still decide to recall after that, then you lose way more CS. So yes, if he did stop your recall, that was a good play as well.
The important thing is how he would stop your recall. Ideally he would place a ward and then Q. He wouldn't want to trade autos with the wave hitting him.
Yep.
So now he, as we said, when he fucks up, he basically gifts you the wave, because now it's also pushing into us because of it's closer to his side of the lane. I mean, you lose 3 melees, but he kept his teleport. He probably could have used it to stop you before, but it's fine. And yeah, at this point, the trades are basically play out sort of the same way. Actually, in terms of items, you bought Tiamat, which allows you to, technically allows you to proxy if you want to avoid him. We obviously know that Tiamat is way weaker as a component compared to Phage because it's 20 AD. Phage would give you, I believe it was 15 AD plus the health and the speed. Phage is better if you're trying to actually fight your opponent, which technically you sort of can. You could also buy, like, a very strong purchase here is actually Ninja Tabis, considering they have 3 auto attackers. Any one of those options is fine. Tiamat, once again, not the worst, but understand that you're going to have less combat power, you're not going to be able to control the wave as much, and it's good if you're trying to avoid by proxying. Yes, what's your question?
I think Tiamat is good because of Phase Rush.
Yep, also good. Yep.
QE Tiamat instead of having to auto attack, and that's why I buy it with Phase Rush.
Also good, yeah, good answer. Okay, anyways, for this trade, both top laners trade with Bone Plating. Did he miss his E? Is that why this wasn't long? Yeah, he missed his E. Obviously, Nocturne is on the other side of the map. One big way to track junglers, look at where your own jungler is. We know Graves' path bot to top, so if Nocturne is bot, Graves should be top. I think I don't know what the fuck he's doing. It would be fair to assume that he's not going to be up here. So Graves is now bot lane. So now at least we know we're good to trade. Yeah. Okay. As we saw, like, the situation's good because we're about to get him dismounted and we don't need to work much for it. This would be one of the situations where maybe you can ignite to dismount, answering your question from before. And, you know, here he just doesn't know the champion limits. He doesn't know how much damage he does. You knew how much damage you do, which is why you kill him. A lot of people are going to mess this up. This is just champion mastery. One of the most important things, but people don't, like, they forget about it. Let's talk about recall timings. When should we recall? Anyone can answer this. How much should we hit the tower? Should we take the next wave? Should we recall, like, immediately? What do you guys think?
One plate, and then don't touch the next one so it pushes to me, but I'm just greedy.
I also think just maybe try to go for the plate, don't touch the wave, considering it's Kled and he has his ulti and TP, so he can get to the lane much faster than we can.
Okay, so we have a few options. I think going for the plate is good. We still have 8 seconds, right? That's the first thing. Look, we hit the plate at 5 seconds. Now, the wave is already here. Yeah, if you start your recall, like, maybe like you walk here and you recall right now, you can make it out. Your other option is to take the wave with your Tiamat. Only doable because you bought Tiamat. Though Garen has pretty good wave clear. You would want to check if it's a cannon wave. It is not a cannon wave, so we can clear this. And we can take this only if we know that Graves is not topside. We see him here, so we're good. We can take this wave. We can even proxy the next one, and then take a really good tempo recall. Okay, so you see the problem here? We let these minions go away. And now the problem here is, like, the only reason I wanted to go this way is because if Kled chases you, you can try to execute and he will lose a lot of minions for it. A lot of really good top laners, they play a lot of waves like, you know, this is where, you know, Baus changed top lane by getting everyone to proxy. Everyone started realizing how strong it is. So when you come over here, you're also denying him top lane quest XP because I believe Kled is only considered in lane if he is, like, in this area. If he goes this way, he's no longer in lane for top lane quest. So proxying is very overpowered this season. I think in this case, yeah, we could have taken 1 or 2 waves. Like this one, then go here. You get it because you're farming minions. The quest, it's basically like this for Garen. I guess from here, it would go all the way here. But the red zone is for Garen where it's bad, where you don't get it. Anyways, we take a recall, we buy this. I'm not sure if people still buy attack speed boots. I know it's like the normal thing, but we can still make a very strong argument this specific game for Tabis. Just because of triple auto attackers. Okay, so wave is pushing away from us. The problem is we don't have ult. So most likely he is going to remount before we get our ult. So really the thing we are looking at here is, do we think this trade was good or bad? So he misses Q. This is fine. Okay, but now his Q is going to come back up. Yeah. Now it's going to be cooked, yes. So this is the kind of trade Kled wants, right? Only because your ult is down. So now we kind of have to use our passive, like AFK in lane a little bit until we get our ult. Now it's completely fine for us because we got enough health from our passive and ult. Okay, this flash is a bit too much. That very clearly did not kill. Once again, this is the kind of thing we should look at when it comes to champion mastery. We need to know how much damage. Do you ever see this as killing? Like,
no.
No.
It's nowhere near. In fact, I mean, Kled. I know Kled flashed, but I don't even think he needed to flash. I think he just presses Q and that's it. So we use that to get the plant. I guess you do make the best of it. You do get an advantage by going for the plant. Obviously, we see the jungler here, so you're safe to do this. Recall's good. One of the very big thing here is that you did not take the plate. Greeting for the plate gets you killed.
In this situation where we see both junglers bought
here,
and like after we traded, we went for the plant.
Okay.
So
you want the situation like now?
Yeah. Is there a case for trying to sneak grubs as Garen?
It also depends on your champion damage to the grubs. Junglers deal 20% bonus damage to jungle camps. Top laners do not. There are certain champions that will clear this better. I think Garen is not really one of them. I know he can hit all three, but champions like Aatrox can have a much easier time, or Cho'Gath, right?
I'm saying this because in that situation, as Kled, if he say knows we're on the grubs, he has to choose either to lose a very big wave or give up the grubs, which is very good for us.
So in this exact situation, I would not care about grubs. Like, for example, imagine Kled knows that you're doing grubs. He has vision, okay?
Right.
The way Kled punishes this, if you start hitting grubs right now, is just push the wave and crash it.
Right.
And then he gets a free recall. Right now, Kled is the one under pressure. Kled is the one who is lower HP because you got the fruit. I mean, you're sort of same HP, but your short trades are going to be better when he's dismounted. Right now, like, if you guys traded, you kill him, right?
Right.
So taking grubs is basically saying, I don't want to lane. Like, you're essentially, like, ignoring your opponent, and we should not ignore them when we are in a winning situation.
Gotcha.
And also, this would just take way too long. Probably just lose an entire wave of XP. Because the thing you said, he has to choose between ignoring a wave. No, it's actually you who's ignoring the wave. If you try to take this, he probably has enough time to crash it, and you don't have enough time. Like, maybe you can take one grub, but even then, it's still not worth it. Check items. I also want you guys to notice, every single time we come back to lane, I'm checking items. I'm doing this subconsciously, but I think it's, something that a lot of top laners miss. Or, I mean, not just top laners, a lot of players, like, across all roles. They don't check items enough. Because all they do is look at the score, and they're like,
oh, but enemy Yasuo is 0-7. Why is he killing me?
Yes, that Yasuo has 3 items now. Because he farmed. You always have to look at items, not at score. Okay, so here we have a couple choices. So what do you guys think we should do right here with this wave state? Normally, if you're trying to avoid your lane opponent, you would clear this and try to go proxy, like maybe clear this, clear the next one, like in lane, and then like look for an angle to proxy. Now, the question is, do we actually want to avoid him? Can we kill if the wave is here? The answer is yes. So yes, freezing is good. Oh, he just entered. Do you guys think we kill here?
Yeah, 100%.
No, we don't have ult. We get his mount though, but we do not kill here. It's a little check. You guys have to see like your cooldowns. I think even if we have ult, it's still a little hard. From this HP, we don't have abilities. We don't have Q or E to, finish the job. I mean, they will come back up soon enough, but once again, you have to know your own cooldowns as well. Okay, so now this position is good. Honestly, yeah, if we had ult, we would face check this and just kill him. Okay, this is excellent. Now we're looking at a dive, right? Okay, we should be diving this. In fact, there is no reason why we shouldn't ping our jungler. If he shows up here, we can at least make sure that Graves won't return kill you. This should 100% be a dive. We're missing an opportunity. We also know flashes are down because we flashed at the exact same time. This is a very big missed opportunity. Okay. Now, when playing this, can anyone spot the mistake here?
Maybe we should have zoned him off the minions, so he doesn't get his remount faster.
Here, in this case, actually, no. If we were going to kill him, we should have done it on the previous wave, and it should have been a dive, even if we trade kills. We could maybe even get the plate, right before we die. So what we should do here, we have to remember Kled's W. He can't control his W. Let him hit a minion, or maybe 3 times, and then he can't, remount that quickly. That's the only reason we lost this. You see? So now we know Graves is here. Now the good thing is, as Garen into Kled and Graves, if Kled is not mounted, they can't ever kill you because Graves has no way of sticking on you. So it's actually good to stay here. Even if Kled stays, who cares? Unless Kled has ult. If Kled has ult and he is mounted, then he can force it enough for Graves to be able to deal the damage. Obviously he would need to land his Q, but did we see him recall is the question. we did not see him recall. Okay. I can understand not staying. Here, this is a situation where you would want to check your gold, see if you want to get the plate. Here, 881, you're going to buy longsword and ruby crystal anyways. So the plate is not necessary. It's a good choice to not stay and hit the plate. Did we lose the plate? Yeah, we lose the plate. Unlucky. Okay, so this is very good. Here, he pressed Q, so, you know, his Q is down. It's just a good angle for trade. But we need to play it shorter. We spin too much on him. Because now his Q is up. We do dodge it, so now we turn back. So you see how slow we are? This is something 100% of maybe Diamond, even Master players. I think the moment they dodge this Q, they would turn around. Because now you can at least get his mount. Because your abilities are coming up. They're shorter cooldown. Obviously, you still want to do short trades until your ult is up. Because your ult, like, you need to make him, like, kill him before he mounts. A lot of top lane is just going to be this kind of thing. Like, analyze, like, always the little interactions. Treat this like a fighting game. Okay. Now here, do we like the way we just did this? So we hit the plate. Should we recall here? What do you guys think? Because we sort of think we're gonna recall, then we go ward.
No, I think we should have insta-shoved the next wave. Maybe go for another plate, even.
And why?
The next wave, because we know Kled has a big timer, so even if Graves comes up, we have too much HP for him to be a threat to us, and we can just run away with Q. And if he doesn't show up, then maybe we can either try to push for another plate, or force Kled to use his TP, and just maybe proxy and run away, or just shove the wave and then try to recall.
Does anyone also know the amount of gold you need? Also, I think someone else had a question, so before I continue.
Yeah, I was scared of Graves Toast because he can for sure kill me. If he comes up, he has an item, I don't, and there's not much I can do against him.
I don't think he kills you. In what world does he kill you? One, level 9 versus level 12. Your base armor is, like, what is it, 100. This guy is negating 18 armor. Yeah, that's it.
And you have W.
And you have flash.
You have flash, you have, like,
no
Graves does not have CC. Like, I think the only way any jungler kills you, like, it has to be, like, I don't know. It has to be, like, Lee Sin with also, like, 302, but, like, a champion that actually has, like, sticking potential.
You have phase rush.
Yeah, even Lee Sin is, like, very... It would be so hard to play. He has to, like, land everything, and he has to play it, like, pixel perfect. Even though you press tab here, you have no shutdown, right? You have XP shutdown. This guy is level 9 versus level 12. You're giving him one full level. You give him a kill right now, this Nocturne will be, like, down 2 levels the entire game. So top laners should learn how to be careful with not just gold shutdowns, but also XP shutdowns. It's even more this season because of the quest. But yes, Graves can never kill you here in terms of he doesn't have the damage, he doesn't have the sticking potential. You can literally just walk and probably, like, unplug your keyboard, and you're probably still gonna be fine. So yes, I would keep hitting the plate, insta-clear the next wave. You don't need to ward for shit. Worst case scenario, like, I don't know, Graves comes up here and he tries to hit you and you just walk it off. If Graves comes up behind you and then maybe Kled teleports, that doesn't have ult, and they're just going to chase you for 10 years and, you know, everywhere else on the map you're going to win. You could even execute. Once again, also be careful with executing because you would give kill XP if they're close enough, as in maybe try to execute, like, further where they don't get XP. That would be optimal, but yeah, Graves never kills you here. It's the important thing. So we see Kled goes for a roam here. Okay, no, he doesn't go for a roam. He teleports. How do you guys think we should react to this? Should we teleport here? Should we walk to top lane? What should we do?
We should just walk to top. There's no objectives on the map, and we get a lot of pressure on top.
Walking to top lane here will, at least it will never be negative for us. We will get a wave, like we get guaranteed resources. Wave, plate, tower, you know, all of that is good. In situations like this though, I think Nocturne, like, he can just get out. He's not in any danger. I mean, unless Malzahar actually clicks closer to him. If he walks away now, he's actually fine. But this is technically a winnable fight. The problem is that if you teleport, they can just walk it off. You don't have any guaranteed way to keep them in. So good. Walking to top lane is perfect. What the He just immediately flashes.
If it was in more high elo, the option to join this fight would not be bad, but in this shit low, it's always better to just secure what you actually know is gonna work, because you cannot rely on your team to actually play the fight good, right? So
yeah,
your answer was correct. You just go top side and just open.
Yep. But even then, I think even in high elo, I think I would still like think of not joining this fight. Maybe because we see Soraka here, it's playable if you teleport right now and Malzahar, like if you could react to Malzahar ulting Nocturne. If Malzahar ults Nocturne, or even just you teleporting right now, allows Nocturne to keep going. Once again, I agree with Dettol. You would only do this in really high elo. I think even in Master, you could make an argument for just running top. You got so much off this. Like, let's actually check how much you got. I think you go you get, what, 600 gold for this play? And you could technically get more, because you don't really need to recall here. So remember, when you're playing top lane, you have to know what type of champion you're playing. Garen is not the best team fighter. He's okay, he's solid, because, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's a tank. He can, you know, completely delete one person. But they have these two ranged champions, which both of those kind of make it hard for you to play team fights. Like, in a 1v1 scenario, you'll never lose to them, but in a 5v5, it's not as easy. But a lot of your pressure just comes from being able to take towers. A great example is when you're playing Fiora, for example, or Camille. Those champions do single target damage, and they're not the best in team fights. What they're best at is just hitting towers. So here, I think there is no reason to not hit the plates.
When you see them doing stupid shit like this, like right now, yes, Drake is about to spawn, but we have no prio mid or bot lane, and our team is dead, so we cannot even like try to contest anything. You know they're probably gonna play for the Drake here, and Kled is dead, so there is no reason for you to just reset, because you're not like they can't even end the game, so you're not even defending anything. So you resetting here is pointless. You're just wasting time. You could have got a lot of plates from that second tower.
I think 2 plates, maybe 3 at most, but...
Yep. And you would force them, like this would even be good, because this could force them to reset to defend, and then your team has a chance to get Drake here.
Exactly. Let's say you take 3 plates. After Kled arrives here and he starts de-pushing, you could even run mid and take plates. Or even like dive. Obviously depends if you have Nocturnals, it can be easier or harder. Depends on how they react, but I'm saying like there is a chance that we could hit, like take a mid wave or even hit plates. There's 5 plates here. Okay, but anyways, we take a recall and now we're bot lane. Okay, so this scenario, Malzahar, like, if you're looking at his items, he actually does have the damage to kill you, especially if Graves is there. So this is no longer a situation that we want. How do you guys think we should get out of this situation? What would be ideal for us?
Maybe go mid, try to push with the Aphelios and Soraka and open and get a tower there.
What happens if we basically stay here? What do you guys think? Graves basically has to clear his camps. He has to, like, the objective right now is, it's only Herald. There, like, Dragon was just taken. So basically, the next moment the game should be around here, but the thing is Malzahar is matching you, so if Malzahar is matching you, he can't be at this fight. It means that your teammates should do a better job, or like they should do better here now. Obviously this is not exactly going to be winning for them regardless, so by staying here, you're telling Malzahar, okay, I'm going to look to 1v1 you, but I'm going to wait until your Graves goes topside. That would be the ideal way to do that. Now, your other option is, like, join your team in the Herald fight. You can't hit this tower, and you don't need to be here. If you do Krugs, you're being kind of passive. I mean, like, you're not really doing anything, you're just waiting. Which, once again, not really doable when this... yeah, Dettol, what's up? By the way, you're killing my ears. I'm lowering your sound.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since your team is all, like, I mean, they're not doing so well here, I would say the best play is, like he said, just keeping Malzahar out of the fight, because even though your team is shit, it would give your team a better chance of potentially doing this Herald, but you joining them or like potentially trying to fight for it right now in this scenario where your team is behind on gold, like you see they have 32k, your team is behind, there is no point. So I think the best thing you can do right now is just reveal yourself, like I would say reveal yourself in bot lane right now, let them know you're here, because when they know you're here, they feel obligated to stop you. And if Graves decides to fucking try and stop you here, like you can act dumb, like if you know Graves is here, you can act dumb and let him gank you, because you're playing Garen, you have flash and you have phase rush, so you can just keep them here, ping Herald a few times and you still have your TP, so if your team decides to move, you will be way faster to get to that Herald, right? But I don't think it's a good idea to try and potentially fight with your team for Herald, because you're probably gonna lose it.
Now, when it comes to staying in lane. Dettol, you can also answer this. Do you think you can actually progress into Malzahar here? I think what would happen is he clears this wave, the wave resets to like here, and then you can zone Malzahar. That's the only thing you can sort of do.
You cannot really do anything against Malzahar.
You can't progress.
All you can do is just keep him here, and that would be good for your team to keep him here. Because in this elo, he's probably either just gonna chill here, or they will come and try to kill you. And if they come, it's good for your team anyways. So let's say he starts moving to mid right now. Probably Graves is gonna do the same thing. And I think if Graves is there, the enemy would still win. Unless he goes to Graves right now and one-shot him, then it's a free Herald.
I think I would go like somewhere like this and maybe wait for Graves here.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I would either just, if I see Graves and he's like being aggressive and coming to, let's say he's gonna do the scuttle, I would just go and try to kill this Graves, and once he's dead I would just ping team for Herald and we can do it. There is no way this Malzahar will have enough time to move.
Honestly, looking at it, if you actually ran up the way I said, and by the way, notice that the first time I drew it and now, I'm talking about hugging the wall. You'd have to hug the wall. If you hug the wall here, there is a very real chance you one-shot the Graves from that bush. And even that alone can change the game, because Graves being dead for 30 seconds, technically he would be AFK for 40 because of, having to come out on the map. That alone can be a huge difference maker. Okay, so here, what are we thinking? What do you guys think Garen should do?
I think he should maybe try to zone off at least the Malzahar and try to cut him off.
Zone him off from where?
Between the river bush and the wraiths.
So like here?
Yeah, so like try to cut them off from where they're going and maybe try to bait out the Malzahar ult.
When would you want him to cut him off is the question. Like, are you saying he should hide in this bush?
Okay, so like here. We see Malzahar is here. We know they're taking out the Yasuo. We can try to cut them off, try to make them come to us, because we are probably tanky enough, and then maybe try to get the team come to us or either go do Herald.
I think in this case you're not tanky enough. I think what would happen here is you are going to get Malzahar ulted into Graves damage, into Nami bubble, into Nami ult. You do not survive this. Also, he has the Andres, so consider that. He's going to do like a lot of damage to you. Now, the real answer is we missed an opportunity here. Can we not just flank them here? At least what we could do is walk in this bush and then like look to one-shot one person. If it's Graves, like because Aphelios is like slowing him, then let it be Graves. If it's Nami, then it's Nami. Who cares? We have phase rush, we get out after. But I do think there was actually a very real scenario where we have a flank here. If Aphelios keeps like hitting, or if he uses like purple ult or even green ult, honestly, good. Now it's no longer doable, because they would just respond to the Malzahar. There is a chance that maybe like they would not respond fast enough because of the vision from Nocturne. In other scenarios, we would also want to take into account that Nocturne ult takes away Malzahar passive. What about now? What do you guys think Garen should do?
Go in, Allahu Akbar, in the middle of them, and just...
Yeah, just go in.
Yeah, if you go here, you can flash on Malzahar. Veigar would not be able to respond, only Aphelios and Nocturne would be able to, but Nocturne also has no ult. It's not the easiest, but it's, once again, considering the situation, I think it's worth trying. I think now especially... Yeah, we let Malzahar do too much here. Okay, this is fine, because your team, like, they willingly took a fight. They don't even understand the situation that is happening here. We mentioned that we have numbers advantage. It's 5v3, and Nami's doing, like, an aggressive ult. Her ult should always be, like, used to, like, kite, or, like, to, block engage. Like, she should be ulting Garen right now, and maybe queuing him, and, buy time. And, Malzahar going this far up, this is, like, completely game-changing. Okay, and... now you make the choice to go top lane instead of bot lane. I would say, honestly, bot lane is better. Does anyone want to try to, like, guess why it's better to go bot lane?
We catch the big wave, we can try because of their death timers, and we know Malzahar doesn't have TP. We can try to maybe take the turret and set up a big lead. So
this is all about optimizing resources. You go bot lane, and by the time Aphelios spawns, you will come here to a huge wave. It's going to be this wave plus the next wave. So by going top lane here, you're actually screwing your Aphelios over here, and you're not really getting much in return. In fact, you could even make the argument you're getting less.
Draconic, did I coach you on top lane?
Yes.
What the fuck are you doing, bro? Is this what I taught you? Like, what? Like, you have TP, why the fuck are you even here right now? What's the next objective?
Yeah, it's also about the TP. You have a TP for objective, yeah?
So why are you even here? No wonder you lost this game.
I don't know, man. I have no clue.
This is like the important things that you need to look at, but you also need to learn how to recognize this while you're in game. After finishing here, the fight, I think you probably just didn't even look, click top lane because you saw clip top lane.
Yep,
you have to move your camera. Move your camera here, move your camera here. See what the wave states are like. Now, there is a difference. If Kled stays, then you can make an argument, but, you know, Veigar can also just go there. Veigar can probably take this wave and move here. Aphelios will also spawn. It's always better for you to go bot lane. I mean, the important thing is that bot lane needs to be covered here because it's going to start bouncing. And we don't want to leave this wave bouncing. In fact, Nocturne even clears it. At least he understood this. If I were Nocturne, honestly, fuck the Krugs. I'm taking this. I'm taking the turret even. Like, fuck the Herald. You just get full turret. Maybe 2 or 3 waves. You maybe even get the jungle if we have Vision of Graves.
Like right now, you're renting. Like, get phase 1 of the game over with. Like, you are still in phase 1 and it's 18 minutes in. Like, look how behind your team is. And we still have 2 tier 1 towers up. Like, your entire thought process at this point is that you need to open these 2 tier 1s. So right now you should be running to bot lane to open this tower. And right now you're just trying to flip with your team, which is why you lose this game. Because you're constantly just trying to do flip plays. It's pointless.
Yeah, but it's also flip plays like where your champion is not good at this. Not into Malzahar.
Not into any of them, like legit.
But
even Nami, bro,
it's
like,
so bad.
She just ults him and he's cooked. Like
Nami ult Q and it's over.
Generally, we just never ever even think about flipping in low hero. Like it's so bad because they can just end the game if you fuck it up. Like it will work 1 out of 5. Because it's low elo, but
1 out of 100.
Yeah, like there is no point. Like just go for the secure plays.
By the way, you know how Dettol said you want to open bot lane and mid lane? You might be asking how to open mid lane. By opening bot lane, you get people to come here.
That's why
that opens mid lane.
Order of top to and then bot.
Top, bot, and then mid. Mid opens on its own because people come to you.
Yes, because now you have pressure on 2 sides and they cannot just go mid or else both sides are gonna get open even harder. So when you open these 2 sides, it just becomes free mid lane.
Also, Graves starts crying because when those sides are open, you can fuck with him.
Exactly.
Veigar can fuck with him.
Go deep now, and he's fucked. He can't play the game.
Yeah, we're kind of just AFK now, and there isn't really like any play, like only dragons coming up, and we haven't taken the bot lane turret, which feels bad because now the play is going to be down here. Also, Baron spawning, so both teams are going to try and look to dragon. If I were guessing, I think you're gonna go down here again, and basically flip 5v5. Yep, and now this is gonna be terrible, and we lost the game.
You just need to remember that before we move into playing for objectives or whatnot, we need to first get the towers over and done with, so we have more space to play. But if you're trying to contest with no fucking tier 1 towers down, like 1 tower down, you're just gonna be losing. Like you're gonna lose other things to sacrifice for that objective play that you're doing right now, even if you do get it. So you just need to always, right now this is good. Finally you did something.
Yeah, right now this is good, yes.
Right? What you did before
Continue.
that...
You're clicking back.
Yeah. Should have just kept going. Because we cannot even fight for this, so we just need to try and get as much damage as we can on the opposite side.
This is actually probably the biggest mistake top laners make in the mid-late game. They don't understand how their champion works. This is not a I jump into 5 people champion. Not until you have like 5 items. How are you going to survive with Phantom Dancer into Malzahar ult? Are we not seeing Last Whisper, like 2 Last Whisper items? Nami is doing magic damage, Malzahar is doing magic damage. We're not surviving this. The only way a team fight is won here is if Veigar mind controls 5 people to run into his cage, and they all run to the exact same spots, and he lands a 5-man W, and with 5-man blue Aphelios ult. That is like never going to happen. So yeah, we need to click here. Now, I do like that you stayed, but once again, you see the hesitation on this. We could already be hitting. That would be 1 plate gone. So we're just wasting time. That would be 3 plates gone. Because we would have Demolish. We would even kill this guy, honestly. I think we kill Kled right now. So we use the Ignite to get him off his mount, and this is a one-shot. You're level 16 as well. We're TPing! Listen, man,
good, man, I don't know.
I don't speak Arabic, but I'm gonna say it. Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah, bro, for real.
Oh, and you mind controlled them?
It was good, see?
Six-pack the goat.
Yeah, literally, bro, listen. Oh, this is the thing, right? Like, because this worked out for you this one time does not mean it's fucking good. This is so fucking bad, but because it's low elo, sometimes it works, right? But this is not good.
The Nocturne was doing Garen cosplay here. Look, just get shot. Let's go back and let's explain it properly. Yeah. So, from bot lane, what can we gain? One, we can kill him and get a full turret. Sounds good or sounds bad? Sounds insanely winning.
It's good.
Now, what do we gain from a mid lane TP? One, we run the risk of Malzahar teleporting and ulting, and we're non-existent in the fight. We're also teleporting into a fight where this is losing. Like, we're losing in every single lane.
Exactly.
And we're basically, in a 5v5, you are one person. You are 20% of the impact.
Exactly. It's like you are sending it and praying to Allah that He will give your team strength to win this fight. And this is somehow works this time, but like, do you see how losing this is? Like, this is enough for you to know why it's bad. Like, just looking at their scores and their items.
I mean, only Veigar is strong. Like, if you just look at his items. And even then, he could be stronger, like, once he gets Death Cap. But we're doing this before his Death Cap. Aphelios also has no Infinity Edge. Or LDR. He would want, I think... what the fuck is this Phantom Dancer?
Yeah,
but sure.
I don't know what the fuck is that Phantom Dancer.
He should go LDR Infinity Edge, yeah. Also, what if the enemies just run away here? Obviously, not to flame you, like, not to be rude, but how are you asking if this TP is bad? They can just walk back. How can your team force this? How can you force this? Like, yeah, they can still walk back. There is no threat for the enemy team. They just didn't actually, like, click back. In fact, they could still end the fights there. But no, they just ran into you guys.
Yeah, like, they just have brain tumors. That's the only reason they lost is because they're retarded.
Yep. If you do this in high elo, I think when you teleport, the first thing you see will be 6 question mark things.
Exactly. And then they will send the rocket to your house.
Okay, this... When you walk out of base here, going mid, in this case, it's fine because it's already so close. And you see him commit. Like, you can take this short fight. Okay, now we're back to the same shit. Do you really think, like, especially when you're playing crit, you're playing crit into guaranteed CC. This means, like, you're forced to side lane. Do you not think you can just kill him? You'll combo him twice. First combo gets him to this HP, second combo kills. The way you win this kind of game is by forcing the enemies to back off your team.
Exactly.
By running, like, you force them to recall and they have to come into you. Then your team actually, like, steals jungle camps, takes mid lane turret, takes bot lane turret. You need to give your team room to breathe. By doing this, you're not only making the game impossible for yourself, you're making the game impossible for your team.
Just because they're pinging Drake a billion times does not mean it's the right play, because your team is behind. Like, there is nothing we can do about this Drake. Plus, you are playing Garen against, like we said before, Malzahar and all these fucking champions that are gonna stop you from playing. So, you joining it is completely pointless.
Even if your team weren't behind, if your team was even, it's still not good. I think with your lead, the best way to push it is just force side lane turrets down.
Your only option to fight in this game as a Garen is if a fight already started and you have a good angle to TP, and you saw they wasted the things that would fuck you up, like Malzahar ult or Nami ult. Once these two are used, then you have a good angle to TP. But generally, going in at the start of a fight is completely pointless.
Yeah, does anyone have any other questions?
I do have a general question about top, and it's something I've also discussed with Dettol. How do you correctly play from behind?
So generally, playing from behind is going to be almost like this in any role. It's going to be the decision no longer is made by you. It's made by your opponent because you're the one that's behind. Like, you can't really take the initiative. Most of the time. There are cases where, like, you're behind, but, you know, your champion scales, so maybe you reach a break point where you're allowed to, or like by taking a better recall, you fight them before enemy takes their recall. There's stuff like that, right? But a lot of the time it's going to be to you trying to react to what the opponent does, and you need to just test them a lot. You need to sort of try to catch them on a mistake.
Yes, exactly.
But you need to get really good at recognizing mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you can do when you're completely fucked. All you do is just chill, avoid dying more than you already died, and wait for them to fucking get out of position and make a mistake, which they are 100 billion% going to because it's shit low, right? That's all you have to do, and they will make mistakes. So the thing about it is just being able to react to these mistakes and getting back in the game, because once you get good at noticing these mistakes is how you're gonna always come back from losing games.
I guess that concludes the session, and yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot, and hope you guys enjoyed it.